Hey, what's up, everyone? Good evening. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Daily Mind Podcast, giving you an hour now, not a half hour, an hour of what tonight's episode is going to be. It's the end of the weekend. Hopefully, everybody's weekend was good. My weekend was pretty straightforward. Did some errands. My wife and I, we went out to dinner. Well, brunch, actually. Went out to brunch to this somewhat new Italian restaurant that just opened up in Hopkinsville. It was a restaurant before, but now it's under a new ownership, and it's called the Sapore Ristorante. Literally about a few minutes up past Oak Grove. This place was amazing. The location was kind of different, but it was good. It was a really good spot, I think, and this is the spot that everybody's talking about out here. So shout out to Sapore. The food was great. I got a lot left over, so after this, you already know I'm gonna go eat that leftovers with some wine for sure. Desi, thanks for joining. Welcome to the show. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Went to the casino, won a little, spent a little, lost a little. The usual shit. I didn't hit any major. I don't hit jackpots like my wife do. My wife, no, I didn't win. I didn't win anything. I started off with $40 and I left with about $25. So I guess I did okay. I didn't really win anything, Mario. You know how it goes. I don't win shit. I've only hit a jackpot one time at the casino. I've not hit a jackpot since. I don't get that kind of luck. But me, I just go to play, and as long as I leave out with something, it's better than leaving out with nothing. So I did that, and oh yeah, the numbers. Damn, we almost won 10 grand that night. I think it was like 10 or 14 grand. We missed it by one fucking number. That I will never forget that. One number. And then it was like I won $250 of free play. I'll never forget that. One digit. It was 21. That was the number that I missed. Had I guessed that, we would have split fucking 14 grand. Easy. But yeah, that was my day. I didn't really do anything crazy. Me and my wife, though, we watched this somewhat rom-com. Because once in the blue now, we have like a movie night kind of deal. I know it sounds cheesy, sounds corny, but no, it's actually pretty good. She'll pick out these movies. And we watched the movie called Before We Go. And it starred Chris Evans. He also starred, produced, and directed the movie. You know, the guy that plays Captain America. And the movie came out about, 10 years ago. It's a pretty good movie. I'm not going to spoil it. You'll find it on Amazon, of course. It's a pretty good movie. You know what I mean? It's once in the blue. It's good to sit there and watch these movies you don't expect to watch. Because then sometimes they actually be pretty damn good. You know what I mean? So, I give it a shot. All right, bet. So, today's episode is inspired by this video. Whether or not it was real, I don't know. It was a guy who found a wad of cash under his bed at a motel. Some people say it was staged. Because, I mean, to be honest with you, you're not going to find money under a bed at a hotel or a motel and then post it to go viral everywhere. No, of course not. But, it made me think that people do find some weird shit, especially if you work in housekeeping. Yeah, Mary, you said you'll find a needle. I don't know what kind of hotel, CD hotel, motel type place you're going to. Are you finding needles? That's like the Winner's Circle across the street from Fort Campbell. You're guaranteed to find some shit there. You might even find a goddamn body. Hey, Liz, what's going on? Hey. Welcome. The show just started. You're right on time. But yeah, tonight's episode is going to be the weirdest things found in hotel rooms. Now, me and my wife, we've been to a lot of hotels. Not going into details and shit. It's just we travel a lot too. But also, I don't recall finding anything in a hotel. The weirdest thing that I'll always find in a hotel is a Gideon Bible. In fact, recently, I don't even see them in the drawers anymore. You know how you go to a hotel, you pull out the drawer, there's a Gideon Bible. That blew my mind why this was always in a drawer at a hotel room. It's the craziest thing. In fact, no, I did. Actually, it was one of my first 5 episodes. It was a hotel episode that I did in the very first season, where we went to the Baymont Hotel during the time we were going to the ball, and that's when I found the dead roach and shit in the hotel room with the handprints. It had handprints on the headrest. On the headboard had handprints, and then it was like mold on the fridge. Man, it was terrifying. It wasn't like a really ritzy hotel, but it really wasn't like the bottom of the tier. But yeah, exactly. Anytime you go to a hotel and there's handprints, there ain't nobody in there doing yoga or playing patty cake. There's a reason why there are handprints on a headboard. And believe me, they're not sitting there playing fucking games and shit in there. Yeah, definitely getting busy in there for sure. But it made me think, you know what I mean? What are some of the craziest things you may find in a hotel room? Because, when you go into a hotel and you check into a room, you expect the room to be completely cleaned out. In fact, no, the most recent thing I found a few months ago, my wife found a wedding ring. I think it was a wedding ring or an engagement. It was a wedding ring. Somebody left a wedding ring behind. And I thought that was like the most suspicious thing. Like, who leaves a wedding ring behind at a hotel unless something crazy happened or somebody was doing something and they didn't want the person they with to know that they were married, and they tucked the ring away, and that was it. So all we did was we took it downstairs to the concierge. I haven't heard anything about it ever since. Hey, Katie, thanks for joining. I haven't heard anything about the ring ever since. It's none of my business. It's gone, whatever. I just thought that was weird to find a wedding ring in the drawer of a hotel room. So tonight's episode is going to be some of the weirdest things that some people actually did find in a hotel room. And again, it doesn't matter what hotel or motel you go to, you're bound to find something a little bit out of the ordinary. Like, even if it's like the most ritzy, like the W Hotel or some shit like that in Manhattan, which I went one time. It was definitely worth a treat. It was expensive as shit. It was like $400 a night. But we wanted to go to this hotel just to see what it was like to be at a hotel in Times Square. Expensive. I only will tell you to do it once unless you can afford it all the damn time. All right. So of course I go on BuzzFeed. I have to find a website that gave me the best of lists. And BuzzFeed is always known for doing that. Now, Katie, you said worst experiences at a hotel. That's actually a pretty good idea for an episode too. The worst experiences. Now, for every hotel I've been to, I said the Baymont, that first episode, the first 5 episodes of the season 1, is I think it's titled A New Hotel Experience. It was based on the findings and our stay at the Baymont. It was one of the earliest episodes. I couldn't believe it. I had to do an episode on it. All right, now, this article was published this past April. You said the Baymont. Yeah, it was nothing weird about it in that instance, but it was just, and it was funny too, real quick. When we did check out, my wife and I went downstairs. Now, we're one of those people where we go to a restaurant or a hotel and there's something that wasn't great. We're not like one of those people that go out and start like cursing people out and, talking all types of stuff about the hotel. We subtly went to the concierge guy and was like, hey, listen, you might want to check your room. And we showed him pictures like we found this, that. And normally we would go eat breakfast, like free breakfast. We didn't even touch the breakfast. We checked out and we were out of there. I was like, because if there's one roach, there's more. So if there's a roach in the room, there's got to be a roach in the kitchen. I was like, nah, I'm good. Let's just split. All right. So yeah, I'll never forget that. If you haven't heard that episode, go back to season 1, find A New Hotel Experience. That's the name of the episode. It's in the first 5 episodes. That will tell you how the experience went. It's not a long episode either. Nowhere at nearly as long as this. I think the episode was maybe a half hour or less. Oh, you saw 3. Katie writes bad reviews. Oh, please. You know what? That you are giving me inspiration for the next episodes. Bad review. Yeah. I got some ideas. You're giving me some ideas. All right. So I'm gonna. The title is 15 jaw-breaking things hotel guests and workers witnessed after entering a room for the first time. Okay, you said you could tell me a story about this one place. I would love to hear this story. I don't know how you could tell it on here. Well, it's probably a lot to tell on here. You gotta text it to me or something or whatever, and I will read it. If you send me that story, it's gotta be hilarious because I'll add it on to whatever's on this list. Now, I can only imagine working housekeeping. Now, you can't tell me that housekeepers don't keep what they find in there, depending on what they find. If they find cash, you mean to tell me they go downstairs and they you tell me they go downstairs and tell their boss, I found money? You're right. All right. Now it says whether someone is staying or working at a hotel, they may come across a very particular thing that is jarring to witness once they enter the room. So when Reddit user Algorithm Omega asked hotel and motel workers on Reddit, what's the weirdest thing you've come across in the rooms? All right, Ben, what's going on, man? Exactly. Keeping it. You're keeping it. There's no way I'm going to sit there and tell somebody I found something. And then use Diddy room. They already found the baby oil in there. I can only imagine what else they probably found in there. Band-Aids, knee pads, things of shapes. And probably found toilet tissue. I probably did. because there's got to be a lot of wiping after that. All right, now I'm gonna get started. So this is some of the dumbest things, some of the weirdest, strangest things that someone has found in a hotel room. Starting with number one, a bathtub full of turnips. What? Yeah, somebody found a bathtub full of turnips. It says, so someone had gotten a room for a man who was houseless. Well, the guy never technically checked out, but when our cleaning crew went in, I got a call at the desk informing me of the turnip tub. Where is this at, in Tennessee? You know, it doesn't even give a location. I can only imagine it's being somewhere down south. It said she cleaned it up and tossed it, but around 10 p.m., the guy came back and asked, where's his turnips? When they informed him they were tossed out, he turned irate and destroyed the lobby. We never found out why turnips. So the guy leaves a thing of turnips. Like, he didn't tell anybody he was coming back to get them or whatever. He leaves them there. They trash it. He goes berserk and destroys the lobby because of turnips. First of all, had anybody noticed what this man brought? Like, I get it. He was homeless, apparently. But has anybody noticed or smelled what this guy, like the bag that he brought it in, or nobody raised some sort of suspicion about what this guy's carrying? Because you'd be surprised. You could bring virtually anything to a hotel, and no, there's no like nobody checks your bags, anything like that. Meals in hotels. I mean, he's cooking. Like, is he gonna? What is he doing with all these turnips? I mean, it could be one of his lively possessions, perhaps only because it said that he was homeless and he probably didn't want to get rid of the turnips and decided to bring them with him. But nonetheless, though, I mean, I can only imagine. Number two, a few years ago, I was staying in the remote part of Oregon for work all by myself. I got up in the morning and went into the bathroom to take a shower. The curtain had been bunched against the wall. I got undressed, turned on the water, and pulled the curtain fully across the tub. When I did, it exposed a bloody handprint on the white curtain. It scared the living shit out of me. Wow. Wow. There's more to it, of course. I noped hard out of there and skipped the shower, leaving as fast as possible. As I checked out, I told the front desk employee about the handprint. She sighed, rolled her eyes, and said, quote, probably just some hunter cleaning his kill in the bathtub. They're not supposed to, but they do it all the time. Cleaning his kill. You don't even know what he may have even deceased. It might not have even been an animal. In Dexter's room, I would have called the cops. So this one, the lady downstairs said, oh, this happens all the time. Remember, it's in Oregon. There's nothing really in Oregon except Oregon. It's just trees and stuff like that. All right, Mary says, skinning deer in a hotel tub. Just imagine somebody walking in with a deer carcass. I want to check into a room for the night. Takes the shit upstairs and starts skinning and gutting out the deer. But the fact is that this shit is normal at this hotel where they do this. This is actually normal. And yeah, it does kind of sound like Alaska. I've never heard of anybody bringing like fish or animals. Maybe there are like special hotels that allow this to happen. But that's a first, man. That to me, that's creepy. All right, number three. I heard the most blood-curdling of screams coming from the rooms. I ran up and found a very traumatized housekeeper. As she flicked the bedding to change the bed, unbeknownst to her, was a used condom. This flicked up in the air and landed on her head. Wait, what? Like that? Oh my God. That's disgusting. Oh my God. Oh man. This flicked up in the air and landed on her head. She was oh my God. She was frozen in fear and screaming. I had to help her by picking it off her. I would have never even touched it. Understandably, she had the rest of the day off. No, she probably had like the rest of her life off. I would have taken the rest of my life off of work. If I'm changing a sheet, a used condom flies in the air and it lands on my head. I don't want kids on my mind. Like, just imagine this shit just flipping in the air like that. Was it a balloon? I don't know. No, it was not a balloon. It was used. It's safe to say that it was probably used 24 hours ago at the minimum. 24, 48 hours. No, it had to have been less than 24 because somebody left and she's changing the sheets. So that means that someone did the deed and just That was it. All right, Katie, you said one time I saw a used one of my school in the school bus. The school bus? How? Unless you know what, maybe some kid was sitting there playing with it like a balloon. I would hate the idea that that actually happened on a school bus, but it wouldn't surprise me. Now, I don't know if it was a Magnum or a Lifestyle. It doesn't really say. In fact, that doesn't really matter. It's just the idea that there are flying condoms in the hotel room, landing on your head. Okay, it would have been one thing if it landed like on the floor somewhere, but the fact that it touched you, you don't know these people, you don't know. Moving on. Number four, not a worker, but I used to travel for work. Once we were checking into our rooms, and a coworker and I were going to her room. She opened the door, and there were two people in the living room. They were prostitutes who were friends with the housekeeper. They were given keys to use the empty rooms. You know what the housekeeper is doing? She's running a business in the hotel. How is it that these two random women are in the room? The housekeeper knows who these people are. Yo, she's running a hustle. She is doing Airbnbs in the hotel. You said, did he get a free go at him? It doesn't say. I guess you gotta wait for like the DVD to come out or something. But the fact is that the housekeeper is running game in the hotel room, probably still doing this. The hotel owner has no idea about this, or like the manager or shift manager is in on it, and they're probably getting a little cut. And I doubt this is at a Marriott. It has to be like at a really small, seedy hotel, motel type deal, because there's no way you're getting away with this at a big hotel unless you can get, people in the security section that runs the cameras that don't catch these things. But there's no way. The La Quinta, oh, don't say the La Quinta. Shh. That's actually one of her favorite chain of hotels is the La Quinta. Actually, they are pretty nice though. But again, it could be possible. It doesn't say what the hotels are. However, yeah. What do you mean you can't be serious? Are you talking about in terms of your aunt liking the La Quinta? We've been to quite a few La Quintas, and we never had not one complaint about them. They've all been really, really good. I mean, yeah, they've been pretty damn good. All right, number 5. A guest left Mario, double tree with the chocolate chip cookies. Oh man, I love the double tree. The double tree. In fact, when we were in Italy, in Milan, I believe, there was a double tree and they gave cookies there too. There is something, it is a hidden gem that the DoubleTree Hotel, I don't know what it is about chocolate chip cookies and the brand, shout out the DoubleTree, but you go to a DoubleTree and you get complimentary cookies at the front desk. If you catch it, they're fresh, but they're delicious. I don't know, man. It's amazing. Those are some amazing cookies. All right, number 5. A guest left a briefcase with 35,000 pounds, and this is England, people, pounds, in it, and we tried to contact them several times to no avail. After 6 months, the police advised us it was now ours. This went to the staff bonus pot. Wow. Who leaves a briefcase of 35,000, let's say dollars? Oh, you said they're shady. The DoubleTree, hold on. You said the DoubleTree is shady or the La Quinta is shady? Which one? Because DoubleTree is nice. They got the cookies, and the La Quinta is nice. They don't have cookies, but they got complimentary free breakfast. Oh, the La Quinta. I don't know. It's a case by case. Maybe you might have went to like a really like bad location La Quinta. Because if it's one thing, like you go to every La Quinta and they all the same and they all like crappy, then I've been like, yeah, it's probably, a crappy chain. But no matter what, you might have like a favorite hotel chain, and then you go to one of those hotel locations and it suck and it kind of ruins it. Yeah, La Quinta is Motel 6. No, the worst hotel motel. Okay, I'll give you a story real quick. Story time. So it was one time my wife and I, we went to Florida. Now we went with like limited funds. We didn't have a lot of money, but we went. And we went to a Red Roof Inn. Now you guys know the Red Roof Inn is on the bottom of the barrel of places. One time her grandmother showed up to visit us. She was in and out of there quick. She didn't even want to stay there. It was just like, what the fuck? It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're at the Red... It was just not her thing, and she just left. She stood for like a few and then left. I'll never forget it. We were so embarrassed. We never stayed at the Red Roof ever again. Now, when we go places, we stay, like I said, like Quinta, maybe a little bit like the Ramada, the Doubletree, that kind of place. All right, Mario, you said you went to a Red Roof Inn, walked in to check it, and a lady fell out of a minivan. What? Wait. She fell out of the minivan at the Red Roof Inn? Hopefully the hotel's not responsible for that. But I can only imagine. That's some funny shit. Fell out of a minivan. Oof. But no, back to this story. So they found $35,000 basically in cash. The not the guest, the worker. Oh, that's when you PCS'd here. Oh, Red Roof Inn. Isn't that the shit that's way up on Fort Campbell Boulevard? I think, is that it? Is that Red Roof Inn? I don't even remember. I think there's one out here somewhere. I think it's up the road. I can't be sure. Oh, to brag. My bad. Oh, okay, gotcha. But yeah, $35,000 in cash. They found it. The worker found it and was like, all right, now when you do find a large sum of cash, and nobody really does this because people keep the money, but technically you're supposed to turn it into the police, and after maybe a month or so, if nobody claims it, it's yours. Now, cash is kind of hard to trace, especially you got a briefcase. It has no name on it, nothing on it. It's just a briefcase of cash, which is already crazy in itself. And they split it with the workers. Now, let me ask you this. If you were a hotel worker, right, housekeeping, whatever, would you tell anybody you had this money, or would you like finish your shift, say you got an emergency or whatever, run out with this briefcase? Are you going to share this with your coworkers that you found this, and you share with your coworkers? You're probably not going to do that. You're probably going to call and be like, yo, I got an emergency. My cat is sick, or my house is on fire. I need to leave. Meanwhile, you're running out of here with this briefcase from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or, Deal or No Deal, and you're out. Because I promise you, the honor system. Okay, you said the honor system? Okay, so you would, Mario, like, okay, it's not worth risking my job for it. So you would take this cash, go downstairs, and tell them, hey, I found this cash. And then Liz, you like, nope, mob money. Yeah, I think anybody would be out. There's no way anybody's turning in that money. At least, back in the day, people were more honest about shit like this. And I mean, there was still some dishonesty, but let's be real, with the economy the way it is, no one is turning in that cash. I remember, no shit, before I continue, there was, you look like, hold on, you said you look like the Deal or No Deal guy. What, Howie Mandel? The bald dude? I don't look like that, man. That man's a germaphobe. I don't look like him, nah. But shit, I just lost my train of thought. I was gonna have a story. Oh no, yeah, right. So there was a kid who found a wad of cash, right? He did the right thing. He used the honor system. He turned it into the police. Now I'm pretty sure it was like 5-digit stack of cash type deal. We're talking maybe at least 10 grand or whatever. He turns it in, and as a reward, he got like a certificate and $500 of that cash from the people that lost it. And that I was like, God, you were better off just keeping that yourself, kid. But no, I mean, you got to think, like, I guess there's a moral compass to it. Like, you lose cash, you expect somebody to turn it back to you, right? I mean, but then again, it doesn't have a name or anything on it. But you put a thing out there saying, hey, I lost this. Maybe somebody might find it. And then Mario, you said, I bet people find a rolled up dollar bill and pill crusher. Yeah. I mean, if I find a rolled up dollar bill with some substance on it, I ain't picking that shit up. I don't know what it is. All right, number 6. God, my nose is itchy. No, I haven't been doing anything crazy. It's just the allergies and lint, pollen, all that stuff. Number 6, a former hotel front desk. This person used to work at the front desk at a mid-range business hotel, which is like average $200 plus a night. Okay, man. We got a frantic call on the radio from housekeeping about a room being nasty. Yeah, it was nasty. Poop was thrown on the ceiling, smeared on the walls and on the floor. Oh, that's a ditty situation. I've ever heard one. The bathroom had poop in the tub. The room was declared a biohazard. We pre-authorized about $2,000 on the credit card, and a specialty company was brought in to clean it. The customer wasn't even mad when we called them to inform them of the charges and the ban from the property. The poop wasn't just in the bathroom. Most of it was in the living room. So they found the person that stayed there, and they were like, oh, we're going to charge you. Oh, don't worry about it. I don't care. Wow. That's crazy. And yeah, Liam Payne, yeah, that was crazy. He was found on the sidewalk. Yeah, I've heard about that. And that's still deemed as suspicious. They even threw Diddy's name in that case for some reason. I don't know what Diddy would have to do with it, but I don't know. And then, Liz, you said Amber Heard. You know, as hot as she may be, she ruined it for me. Like, the poop throwing at Johnny Depp just did it for me. I'm not about. We're not doing that. We're not throwing poop at people. But this guy destroyed the place. They charged him $2,000 on his credit card. It was like, all right, no worries, I got it. I don't know what kind of freak party thing this dude was doing that involved poop, but I can't imagine a room shutting a whole room down considered a biohazard. You sound so disappointed. Disappointed at this. I'm real. God, I can't imagine working at a hotel and hospitality business. It's rough work. It's rough work. Oh, if you're talking about I'm disappointed about Amber Heard, I ain't that disappointed. Number 7. Number 7. A large sack full of pine cones. We do not even have a pine tree nearby, so they had to have bought them with. It confuses and haunts me to this day. Okay, that's almost as bizarre as the turnips. Why are we carrying a bunch of pine cones in a bag and bringing it with us to hotels? They're not that extravagant, a pine cone. I don't even want to know what you're doing with these pine cones. Forget fuck it. Like, all right, I'm pretty sure people have bought worse stuff in a hotel room. I'm sure. Let's see. Number 8. I had a lady check in early and ask for a late checkout. She still hadn't checked out by 2 p.m. and wouldn't come out of the room. When we were about to have her escorted out, she finally left. In the room were hundreds of little whiteout bottles everywhere. Whiteout bottles? She had painted every reflective surface with whiteout, including all the plumbing under the sink, all the fixtures, even screw, and had started painting the mirrors. Yes, whiteout does smell good. But can you imagine an entire room covered in whiteout? The high that you would get off of it. Yeah, that is absolutely dedication right there. How does nobody notice what? Woo! Whiteout. Out of all the things, why whiteout? Why not just get a can of paint and bring it in the room? Why whiteout? By the time you buy all the bottles of whiteout to cover that room, that would have probably cost maybe a couple of paint cans. But no, like whiteout. It had to have been like some distraught like school teacher who basically got fired and just missed the smell of whiteout in the classroom, was like sobbing away, probably ran away from home, went out, lived out in the world in a hotel and figured, you know what, I miss my students. I'm going to bring all this whiteout and paint the entire room in dedication to my students. I don't get it, people. I don't get it. All right, number 9. Yeah, that is extremely specific. Yeah, I get a little specific with scenarios. My mind is very visual. It's very visual. I get specific with shit. I truly do. All right, number 9. I worked in a cheap hostel in Lisbon about 10 years ago. We had this very odd guest who speak in a super low voice and walk really slowly. He also let leave random bits of toilet paper around the hostel. Once, the cleaning lady found him in his room completely rolled up in toilet paper. What are you trying to turn into a butterfly? What the fuck? No way. No way. Wrapped up in toilet paper? What kind of mummified shit is that? I guess he was like trying to cocoon himself so he could become a wonderful butterfly. So he wraps himself in toilet paper. Or that had to have been like some weird freaky deaky freak room scenario, mummified thing happening. God, can you imagine you walk in the room, you find little bits of toilet paper and you see this person wrapped in the toilet paper, perhaps using all of the hotel's toilet paper to wrap himself in. He wanted to maintain freshness. Perhaps. I don't know. Number 10. Dried shit in the bed. Twice. And almost 1,000 miles apart. A stack of porn magazines. What? Why 1,000 miles apart? Wait a minute. Whoa. So this same scenario. No, they're not my magazines. Practicing Halloween office games, perhaps. No, that would be a terrible Charmin ad. No, that actually be a great Charmin ad. Kind of bizarre, but great. Maybe a Charmin Halloween ad that can possibly be the case, wrapping yourself in toilet paper. But why the dried shit 1,000 miles apart? What is this? Some sort of like weird hotel connection thing? And the stack of porn magazines? Please tell me this was like years ago because nobody is reading magazines anymore, especially those. But it's probably like some old grandpa somewhere in the attic that has a chest full of them, that has centerfolds of Marilyn Monroe or the wife from the Honeymooners. I'm talking like that goddamn old. Bro got way too excited. Probably. Oh man, and yeah, you probably do still use these magazines. I haven't seen a magazine of that nature in years. I don't know a place. I know there's still. Ooh, Jenna's adult store probably still sells them. I'm not gonna find out though, but I'm pretty sure they probably still sell them. Your brother's dad. What? And then yeah, Mario, Europe. I guess Europe still has them. I guess they're still being sold, but they're probably being sold in like limited numbers. Because let's be real, all you gotta do is type up something on your phone, and that's it. You don't even gotta pay for it unless you want to pay for it. But other than that, you don't have to buy a magazine anymore. And kids used to hide magazines and shit. Now they don't have to. You got a few from Greece. Wow. Ooh, don't let Chrissy find out. Don't let Chrissy find out unless she's reading them with you. And then Liz, you said he used to collect them. Oh, I mean, that was at a time. That was definitely at a time, that you collect those things. And Mario, yes, I do remember the trip in Greece. I was just talking about that recently with Pat. Now, that 2 weeks in Greece was the best. I'm so glad we got selected to do that because, man, that was a damn trip, man. That was a trip. What's crazy about it was the place where they initially had us had bed bugs, and then they put us in a hotel for 2 weeks. That shit was amazing. Oh, man. Number 11. As a guest, I checked into a room in California. I turned on the wall-mounted AC, and a dirty needle fell out the bottom. Then we ordered a cot for our kid. We rolled it onto the floor, opened it up, and multiple cockroaches fell out and scurried away. We got our money back and adios immediately. Yeah, it happens. Oh yes, and I do remember the trip to Launch Stool. Fucking crazy. Two crazy nuts too. We had to take up there, and that hotel room was weird because that hotel room had, for some reason, 2 DVD players and 2 VCRs in the room with 1 TV. It was the most bizarre thing. I don't know what the hell was going on. I felt like I was probably at just somebody's attic. That was just weird. But this right here, now tell me if I'm lying. Those cheaper hotels like the La Quinta, the Quality Inn, when they, not the wall-mounted AC, the AC that's by the window, by the front door, you can't tell me them ACs don't get freezing cold at night. The ones that's like right by the door at the window has the best ACs. There's been many a time I had to turn down those ACs because they were so cold. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's just right there. Mary said, I turn it all the way down. Yeah, and even when you turn it all the way down, it's still cold. It's still cold, but those are absolutely the best ones. For a cheap hotel, the best ones. But just imagine you rolling your cot out and there's roaches. Or a needle falls out of an AC unit. The wall-mounted one, I guess the one that's like right above. Like you go to some hotels, they got the ones by the door and they got the ones like right above when you first walk in. Who's stuffing needles in the AC unit? All right, number 10. Oh, no, I read number 10. And number 11 I just read too. Okay. My page just went back up. Hey, it even shows the picture of the roach. And it's very much alive too. Yeah. All right, number 12. Captain James. Thanks for joining, man. We're talking about some of the craziest things people have found in hotel rooms. You tell me what's the craziest thing you found in a hotel room. I'll wait. Number 12. For me, it would be about 16 gallons of urine stashed underneath a bed we found while cleaning. Okay, time out. Now, am I right that when you go into a hotel room, there's a bathroom? There's a bathroom in the room. Why is there 16 gallons of piss under the bed? Why? Wait, James, hold on. You said used. Who sat there weighing it? I don't know. But there's more. They found it while they were cleaning the room. It was stored in tons of plastic water bottles, varying different brands like Polish Spring or Dasani. Once I also found 16 severed fingers in a trash can in a guy's room. Where is this place? This cannot be Florida. That's got to be overseas somewhere. There's no way. Now, as far as the bottles of piss, either somebody was held hostage, or maybe whoever stayed there probably was a gamer on their laptop, had a gaming laptop, didn't want to pause the game, even though the bathroom is in the room. They could have even taken the laptop and still gamed in the bathroom, but no, they'd rather piss in the bottle. And yes, maybe it was R. Kelly's hotel room. I wish it said a name because that would be fun. That would be fun to read that if it was R. Kelly's room. That's terrible. Oh my God. Number 13. This story was told by a housekeeping manager during orientation. Well, you wouldn't R. Kelly? You wouldn't R. Kelly do it to you? What? Hey, yo. Whoa, no. No. Number 13. This story was told by a housekeeping manager during orientation. An old couple who were regulars would always stay at the hotel every summertime. And the lady would always bring her teddy bear. She'd request that the housekeepers make sure to change the teddy bear's outfit daily. Odd indeed for the housekeepers to adhere to those rules, but not until they realized how well this couple would tip, and anyone who happened to clean their room for the day would be so lucky. Bear had a name, I forgot what it was, but the staff eventually started greeting it. So this old couple leaves a bear in the room, and all they ask is for housekeeping to take care of the bear. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a camera in that thing. Oh my God. You know, see, that's my thing. Airbnbs. And you know what? I'm going to do an episode on the craziest thing people found in Airbnbs. Because for the first time when I was in Europe recently, I went to an Airbnb. And the apartment was really nice. But don't you think, I've heard stories though. And it took me a long time to go to an Airbnb because I've heard stories where people set up cameras in their house, which I guess, you know, you got like random strangers going into your apartment. But they put it in the most intimate places, though. You know, the bedroom they put a camera in. They put it in the bathroom. And yeah, that creeped me out for wanting to go to Airbnbs. But at one point, you know, I had to like give it a shot. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right, yeah, fuck it. Go to Airbnb. It was cheap, too. All right, a camera inside the toilet is diabolical because you can imagine the camera just looking up and you just see all types of things moving around and forget it. It's terrible. All right, Katie said you had to check the vents, charges, walls, any dark areas. I love you. Yes. I mean, I don't like me personally. When I go to a hotel, I more or less just kind of look around, you know, hypervigilance, you know, be by the exit, you know, make sure you know all the exits and stuff like that and just keep track of shit. But you know what? I might have to start doing that because even at a hotel, hey, yo, he's a dark area. Pause. But no, like when you go to a hotel, we don't think about these things because we think, okay, this happens at Airbnb. But it can very much happen at a hotel because even the workers sometimes can be a bit creepy and they might want to record stuff. There are a lot of people that are into voyeurism and stuff like that, and they will record stuff and sell it or post it. You never know. One day you might find yourself on a website that you like to look at often, and you might see yourself, no, not like me, but like you, and you might find yourself on there doing something that you didn't want people to see. Malls too. The malls? Yeah, malls. Yeah. Oh, you said malls or walls? Pretty sure it's malls. It might be the oily bead. Oh, God. Changing rooms. Yes, that's another thing. In fact, there was a lot of infamous stories over the years that people would go to like stores and stuff. You know, you go to like Target, Walmart, you know, any clothing store, and you go in their room, you know, you change your clothes and stuff. And they you know, people have found stuff in changing rooms. You know, they might find like a little drawer, like a little hole or a little light blinking where it's not supposed to. And it's somebody indeed recording people change. What is wrong with people? I don't understand that. I really don't understand why people go that far and beyond just to see somebody naked when you can just go online and type it up. But you know what? Some people, it's sickos out there. But sometimes you got to be a little extra careful. But you can't like go into panic mode everywhere you go on a trip. You still got to enjoy yourself. But at the same time, it's nothing wrong with being just a little cautious. All right, number 14. I have a friend who has a side job of cleaning hotel rooms. He calls me out of nowhere cackling about how there were 2 inflatable sex dolls in the tub kissing with no one in the middle of the room with the paper saying, "Oh no, I've been caught." That had to have been just some weird joke. I probably would have did the same thing. That's terrible. Number 15. I worked at a motel on the outskirts of the city that used to be down the street from some pretty well-known strip clubs in Eastern Ontario. There was a performer who had an extra special act and left it in the bathtub during the day. The housekeeper wasn't too thrilled about finding a gigantic python in the bathroom first thing in the morning. My Florida people, you know who you are. Can you imagine? You go to a hotel and you find a baby alligator or a python snake inside. In fact, I've heard stories, not necessarily from hotels, but in people's houses, depending on where you live, when they went to go use the bathroom and whatnot, and before they sat on the toilet, there was a snake in the fucking toilet. Yeah, snakes can swim. They can swim. And here in Tennessee, I don't see a lot of snakes. However, though, it makes me think sometimes that I'm like, man, can you imagine? That shit just comes up out of nowhere. And yeah, I will be leaving immediately. I'll just call Florida man. Oh yeah, Florida man will take care of that shit in a heartbeat. He would dig in there, grab that said snake, probably eat it later. But just the thought of that just crawling through your... I can't imagine. Oh my God, especially for us guys. They could grab us a lot faster than they could grab women. You already know. All right, Liz, you said, I remember going up the steps and work and came across a crab with a plastic knife. Are you for real? No, you're messing with me. There's no way you've seen that. A crab with a plastic knife at your job? A real crab? I know it's Florida, but you're telling me you saw a real crab with a knife in his hand? Oh my God, I believe it. I should have believed you from the gate. It's Florida. I should have believed you from the gate. It is Florida. Oh my God, Florida. It's funny. The first time I went to Florida was to visit you guys. And I low-key love Florida. My family has origins in Florida going years and years and years back in Tampa when they first came from Cuba. And they settled in Florida. So I do have connections to Florida. But when I first went there, I loved it because I love palm trees. And now I see why I love palm trees. It's like my favorite tree. There's nothing more than, okay, Mario, I'm not Cuban, just like you're not Italian. Let's not go there now. You can sit there and deny it all you want, but you are Italian, buddy. You are Italian. Your name is Mario. It's me, Mario. Yahoo! And I ain't no fucking Kenyan either. Come on now. Don't play me like that. I know I have African origins. I don't know where. I haven't traced that far on Ancestry.com yet. I've only traced to Trinidad, Cuba, and somewhere in England. I've traced that far back. I'm still doing some digging. Don't worry, I'm still doing digging. But the snake, the crab with the plastic knife, I believe it now. I'm picturing this in Florida for sure. Oh, no, there's no way that's the last story. Come on. That was the last one? Wait a minute. How much time do I have? All right, this show is 43 minutes. Again, I think every episode is now going to go basically an hour. But I did find another article that has 10 of the weirdest items found in a hotel room. And this is on roomchecking.com. Come on, you could have picked a better name for a site like this for this type of story. Roomchecking.com, people. All right, number 10, sex toys. Virtually all the maids were interviewed. Wait. Before I read that, hold on. When was this article published? Now, again, roomchecking.com, 10 weirdest items lost and found in hotel rooms. Number 10, sex toys. Virtually all the maids were interviewed revealed that if the hotel they work for goes out of business, they have a plan B. With the amount of handcuffs, blow-up dolls, latex masks, guests leaving behind on a daily basis, virtually any hotel could pivot to an overnight. Especially because very small percentage of those 50 Shades of Grey wannabes return to retrieve the pleasure toys. I don't have toys, okay? But if I was one of those people that had toys and I leave it at the hotel by accident, that shit's staying there. There's no way I'm coming back to get any of that. Because the embarrassment. Actually, no, I wouldn't even care. I laugh at it. And you're right, could it be a bachelor party? And no, I don't have toys. I don't have toys. Handcuffs, but I don't have toys. Number 9, false teeth. Whoa, false teeth. I don't even want to know why. I don't want to know why. Plugs. No, don't have that. No. Do you have plugs? If you have plugs, it's okay. I'm not here to king shame. But however, you got plugs, that is perfectly fine with you. But false teeth. Oh, you got one. Hey, yo. Whoa, buddy. I'm telling you, you're going to get the wrong person on this feed, and they're going to be sending you invites. And even if you get a whole new account, they're still going to send you invites. They're going to find you. You're going to entice the wrong person. All right, number 9, false teeth. All right, you said hated checking bags. You hated checking bags. So, wait, checking bags where? Where did you check bags? You talking about like at an airport? Oh my God, that's an episode right there. Because, you know, the TSA finds some weird, wacky shit sometimes at an airport. Because I remember there was a video where a guy pranked his wife or girlfriend. And hold on, he says scroll up. Let me see. Checking bags. You said bachelor parties. Oh, I see. Ah, gotcha. But there was a story, no, there was a video where this woman got her bag open and there was a long floppy thing in there, and the guy looked at her like, and she just had, like, she wasn't mad, but she was laughing in embarrassment. But no, that's definitely going to be a story, an episode sometime, maybe this week, on some of the craziest things that TSA found in their bags. Jesus Christ. All right, back to number 9, false teeth. Yes, people found false teeth in a hotel room. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mario, I know what you're thinking. It says, going around with your gums exposed and nothing else seem to be a thing now. Judging by the number of dentures left behind by guests, a housekeeper for one of the biggest branded hotels in the world. Oh, you know the video. And I think it was purple, Mario. I think it was purple, if I'm not mistaken. It was purple or pink in that video. And yes, Katie, I know you know that video. All right, Liz, you said, for your information, peeps, if you travel with anything with batteries, it will be checked. Yes, if you're traveling with toys that requires a couple of batteries, it will be checked. That's true. So, Mario, make sure you take the batteries out of your shit when you go to the airport. All right, so a housekeeper for one of the biggest branded hotels in the world told us that they have a dozen of them, especially from early checkouters that skip breakfast. You prefer gums exposed. Yeah, they usually say that's better. Makes sense, as a set of teeth can come in handy when you chew, and it's hardest to forget it when you're having your third breakfast roll. But let's be honest, they are not leaving their teeth behind because they had breakfast. No. No. But see, I'm not trying to get banned on TikTok either. All right, number 8, a leg. Somebody found a leg in the room. I'm pretty sure it's a prosthetic. I can only hope. Teresa works for an independent hotel, and she told us that once, while cleaning, she caught a glimpse of a human leg behind a curtain. She was so scared that someone was hiding to attack her, and she ran away from the room. Turns out it was just a prosthetic leg, with knee, foot, and all. We asked her if the hotel she worked for is located on some pilgrimage destination, because a limb is something guests tend to not leave behind when they check out. So maybe she witnessed a miracle. If you're asking, it is not. Oh my God, Deuce Bigelow's girlfriend. My God. Oh my God. Yeah, I remember that. Katie. Her name was Kate. Yes, her name was Kate in the movie, and she did have a prosthetic leg. But maybe, I'm pretty sure somebody left that as a joke. Like, you ever seen the pictures where somebody, like, fluff up the pillows and the covers to make it look like somebody is, like, deceased on the bed in the hotel room? That would scare the living shit out of any house guest, out of housekeeper, any housekeeper. All right, Katie, you said, I thought you were about to tell me something about myself. No. You need to watch the movie Deuce Bigelow. You'll find out who Kate is, the one with the prosthetic leg. But that somebody just played a really cruel joke of leaving a leg behind the curtain. God, can you imagine swiping the curtain open, kicking the shit out of a prosthetic leg? Fight or flight. That's fight or flight. Anybody would do it. Anybody would be like suspicious. All right, number 7. Someone left an eyeball in the room. Very similar to number 8, but even creepier. Now, remember the Edgar Allan Poe's tale, The Telltale Heart? Well, nobody likes to be stalked by a disturbing glass eye, especially if there's not a body around it. Worst part of the story is that the bulbous oculi, that's a fancy word for your eyes, was never retrieved. Thank Katie for the nightmares. It's Katia, I think it's spelled Katia. I think it's Katia. Oh, it's more than likely a glass eye, Because if it was a fake eye, the smell would be awful. Somebody be like, a glass eye, and that was it. Now, what they were doing with that glass eye, I don't know, and I don't care. Number 6, God, I don't even want to know. Jewelry. This is easily the most likely item to be left in a hotel room is jewelry. Remember, early in the episode, my wife, or actually we both found the wedding ring, or I think it was an engagement ring, wedding ring, whatever. It was a ring nonetheless. Earrings or a pin aren't what we're referring to here. Someone left behind a diamond necklace worth several $1,000s. The maid figured it wasn't hers to keep, so she turned it in. The problem with her turning it in, though, was if it had been there for a while under the bed, then whose is it? Sometimes she wished she hadn't turned it in. It was still in the hotel safe a year later and nobody claimed it. But why? That's the biggest mystery. How long was it sitting under the bed for? Why? And on top of that, was it stolen? So, of course, it stayed in the hotel safe. Nobody claimed it. I'm pretty sure by now the owner and the manager got that shit. Because there's no way it's still unclaimed. Somebody has already taken it. $7,000? So that means they went and got it appraised to see how much it was worth, and they came to that conclusion. So it wasn't just no regular bullshit necklace. It was something very valuable. Number 5, money. Again, that's what inspired this episode, was that video where this guy found a nice little stack of money under the mattress. Now, let me ask you guys, how many of you guys went to a hotel room and looked under the mattress or looked under the bed? I can tell you right now, in some rooms, I go in, I check the drawers, the closet, whatever, if I find something. Again, that's how I found the ring. It was in a drawer by the bed. A maid who told us this story wanted to stay anonymous, which is understandable. I mean, you find like a lot of fucking money. You ain't gonna tell anybody. Well, guess how much this maid found in that room? She confided that a few years ago, she found $40,000 in cash in a room. And we're not talking about the Burj Al Arab, but simply a 3-star hotel they found this in. This is like, okay, picture La Quinta. Finding $40,000 in a hotel like that. To me, that sounds like some seedy ass money. Let's see. Jesus Christ. But a simple 3-star hotel, so it's unlikely that she was over-tipped. Unsure about what to do with that kind of money, she went straight to the hotel's general manager. No further info about what happened to the money has been provided. God damn, imagine. Let me tell you something. If I find that much money as a guest, I'm out of there. And if it, and here's the funny thing, you try to leave with that money as a guest, right? Somebody comes looking for that money, they're going to trace the last person that was in that room. That is you. Then they're going to call you and ask, hey, did you see $40,000? Meanwhile, no speaking in English. You already left. You're already in Dubai and you already have a new name. And yeah, you can easily deny it because cash doesn't have money on it. Nobody's tracing serial numbers. Yeah, I'm driving around a new car quick. I'll drive by that same hotel the next day with a new Hyundai. Maybe it's something a little bit better than a Hyundai. Maybe a Lexus. All right, number 4. VIP memorabilia. Yeah, a new Kia. Like a new Kia Carnival. I want a new Carnival or Telluride so fucking bad. VIP memorabilia. A few years ago, an Elvis Presley sweat-stained suit. Ew. Was sold for $200,000. So VIP memorabilia is definitely something very precious and valuable among collectors. A couple of maids confided to us that if a celebrity leaves something behind at the legal time to retrieve it has passed, could be 3, 6 months, whatever, according to country regulations. Then it goes straight to eBay. The money made out of the sale is then shared with all the hotel employees, a funny way to get some extra cash. Sounds like if Diddy leaves his wife beater in the hotel room. And you're like, oh shit, this is Diddy's wife beater. It's a little slippery, but he wore this. Then it's like, okay, he doesn't come back for it. You could sell it. I don't know who the hell's gonna buy it, but it ain't gonna be me. But that's what happened here. Somebody had a piece of memorabilia and they kept it and then they sold it and then yeah, it does have oil on it. Not on this, but like whatever Diddy left in a hotel room. I can only imagine. The prosecutor. Yeah. The prosecutor. Oh, man. Number 3. A scooter. Somebody left a whole... Is this for real? Oh, my God. A scooter. Somebody left a scooter in the room. Not no little pedal scooter either. We're talking a whole motorized scooter inside a room. It said this story comes from a maid named Katerina. We don't even know how to comment this. But back in 2001, when during a football match, 4 Inter Milan supporters took a scooter into the stadium. Now, it's safe to say that this is in Italy. They set it on fire and threw it over the balcony. What? We never understood how they managed to sneak it in. Now we know that one can basically bring a scooter just about anywhere and go unnoticed, including a hotel room, through the lobby, in the elevator, and so forth. So you mean to tell me... So, all right, let's just say somebody brought the scooter into a hotel. Like, they just checked in with the whole scooter and went upstairs. That reminds me of a story I heard in the barracks room where they found during a health and welfare inspection, they found a whole engine inside the barracks room. A whole car engine was found in the barracks room. So they're like having a whole auto shop inside the room. And now imagine a scooter inside the room. Number 2, wedding rings. Wedding rings. Vita told us the story of a Japanese couple that forgot both their smartphones and their wedding rings. The forgetful lovers came back to collect the phones, but totally forgot about the rings until the housekeeper told them, I assume that these are yours as well. Oh, that was nice. Just imagine, we're so warped up in our cell phones, so we could sit there and leave $40,000 in cash and our cell phone in the room, but we'll go back and get the cell phone. You know, imagine that we're so wrapped up in these phones. This couple forgot their wedding rings, but they went back to get the phone. And it was only nice enough that the housekeeper was like, these belong to you. Other than that, there would have been no way they didn't like notice their hands. Like, we don't got a ring on, but we got our cell phones. You know, that's way more important. All right, next one, the last one here. Come on now. There's no way you forgot this in a hotel room. There's absolutely no way you forgot this in a hotel room. I can understand in a car. And even then, how do you forget that in the car? Number 1, a baby. Someone left a baby in the hotel room. And an elegant 4-star property. Mind you, this is a top-notch hotel. A husband and wife check out and leave. Very polite couple, according to the maid who told us this incredible story. When she came up to their room to clean it, she found that they had left their 1-year-old baby sleeping like a rock in the crib. The hotel general manager promptly contacted the couple while they were still heading to the airport. We almost had Home Alone 5. That was literally the setup for Home Alone 5. Can you imagine you leaving a baby in the hotel and you get on the plane? What the fuck the baby gonna do? The baby can't make any phone calls. They thought the nanny had the baby. Probably, think about it. 4-star hotel. Going to the airport. These people obviously have some sort of, like, they have bread. And maybe they did have a nanny. Now, I would have fired the nanny. There's no way you forgot the baby. And so what does reassure us is that they didn't leave their child in a hot car. At least the baby was doing great and it seemed way too rushed to fly home. Yeah. And yeah, they probably did leave left the kid on purpose. You know, I personally think that when it comes to people accidentally leaving their kids in the car, you can't tell me they're not doing that shit on purpose. You mean to tell me you forgot an entire human being in the car? But when it's your cell phone, you quick to go retrieve that shit. But you leave a whole human being in the car that makes noise, move around. How the hell you forget a kid in the car? I don't ever believe that. I honestly think that when people do that, they do that shit on purpose to make it look like an accident. They're already starting to write laws on that happening and starting to charge felonies. Like, that could be charged as manslaughter. There's no way. They needed a break. They should have thought about needing a break before they went raw dog and had a whole baby. And they're like, you know what? We don't leave the baby in the hotel. We got it. Don't worry. No, wrong answer. That might have been done on purpose. How did you make it all the way to the airport and then realize you forgot the baby? Now, let's say for the sake of argument that this hotel is on the airport's property, because they do have hotels in certain airports or across from the airports. I know, like LaGuardia Airport in Queens, they have all the hotels across the highway from the airport, so it's possible. Love my kid, would. Katie, no. Damn. Home Alone 5. Home Alone 5 in the making. Oh, man. Oh, no. All right, I'm going to read one more bizarre list of things, and then I'm going to wrap it up, because I think the show has now hit its hour. Yeah, I'll come and get you. If she leaves you behind, you can come stay with us. I promise. Yeah, you can come with us. All right, I got one more list for you guys, and I'm done. All right, bet. Here we go. This was written on September 11th of this year. Yes, I am Uncle Ed. This was written on quartz.com. 10 strangest items people have left in their hotel rooms. I'm going to read this and I'm good to go because it's time for me to go. She's too loud to leave anywhere. But that's what makes her so funny. I remember the first time I met Katie. God, she's so hilarious because she was so small and unfiltered. And the shit that she would say, I had to look at her aunt like, what did this kid just say? Had me laughing all the fucking time. I was like, yo, she is out of control. I'm just like, wow. Anyway, the 10 strangest items people left in the hotel room. And yes, we have hit 10,000 on a Sunday. Remember, I tried to do the show around this time. For me, statistically, this is the most prime time to do the show is between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. because that's when everybody's kind of at home, getting off of work. I haven't done a late night show past midnight. I don't know what kind of an audience that would build up. I would have to experiment with that one day. But then most of you guys will be asleep and you miss the show. All right. So again, this is on quartz.com. 10 strange things found. We're gonna start off with. Let me see. Where is the list? Let me see. Where the hell is the list? You know, I'm not even gonna trust that list. That looks like That's kind of sketchy. How you open a page and then it has you click a link so you can see the list? No thanks. All right, the next one. I'm still waiting on that 24-hour live. You know, when I have the energy and I don't got to go to work or nothing, I may attempt a 24-hour live. That's only if TikTok doesn't cut it off because I don't know if it's even possible to do the 24-hour live. I know we did 3 hours the other day, so it's possible. It's possible. Okay, what is this? Oh, this is another BuzzFeed list of hotel staff are sharing the weirdest and worst things they found left behind in rooms. I wonder if this is the same list or something different. Oh my God. Oh, this is a whole different list. Please. No, I'm not opening up that other link, but I got a list of 20 things. Now, this is very similar to what I read, but this is a whole new article written in 2021 on BuzzFeed. And the first one already just made my eyes light up. Number one. I'm going to read this. It's going to have some choice language. Number one, I worked in a hotel for exactly 1 week. I went to the room to clean it up with the head housekeeper because I was still in training and someone had left at least 20 dildos all over the room. They had definitely been used and they were just lying on the bed, in the sink, in the bathtub, everywhere. It sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. Oh no. Diddy room. Can you imagine? You walk in this room and there are dildos literally everywhere. They're swinging from the ceiling on the ceiling fan going like this. They're on the toilet seat. They're in the tub. They're in the fucking refrigerator. They're in the freezer. They're and they definitely been used. So I can only imagine the smell walking in that place had to been fucking awful. Oh my God. When the manager tried to contact the guests with their reservation information, they got no response. The guest was charged with a biological hazard fee. Why is that the first story I see in this article? Is that shit? They had to close the whole room down, throw all that stuff away, gloves, suit, everything, because it's been used and you don't know who these people are. Now, mind you, it couldn't have been just one person. That had to have been some freak off that was happening in that room. Maybe didified. That's terrible. That should have... God, I can't believe that was the first story that came across. God, the diddler. You got to remember, when you leave stuff like that, you do know they have your credit card information. And again, when they tried to call that person was ghost. They were nowhere to be found. Diddy. Number two, I was a room inspector and discovered a guest had decided to marinate a whole pig in their tub with gallons of wine, pineapples, and garlic. The whole pig in the tub in the hotel. No, you don't do that. That is terrible. You know, we're so lucky they don't have like screeners or whatever when we walk into these hotel rooms because you got to think what people are capable of bringing into a hotel room. That, the pig, bringing a whole pig in there. You know, they had to, you know, it's probably super easy. They probably brought it in late at night. Concierge is probably just on their phone, not paying attention. And you ask Katie, why in the tub? Because you could fit a whole pig in a tub, marinate it, you know, soak it up, clean it up. The tub is big enough for a pig to put in a hotel tub. I can't believe I'm even saying this. It don't belong in there. It don't belong. A pig belongs in a refrigerator, not a hotel room. Number 3, a bear. Yeah, a bear was found in the room. It says a bear. A lot had to happen for this to occur. A guest unloaded his motorcycle from his truck and left the ramp down. This was right outside a first floor room with a balcony. The guest that was staying in the said room had ordered room service, left it uncovered, left the balcony door open, and went to the pool. The guests returned to their room, then promptly went down to reception and reported that there was a bear in the room. Okay, he said, man, I have to scrub a tub down in the Airbnb just in case somebody decided to marinate their pig in it. Yeah, God. I'm telling you, Airbnbs are tricky. I don't know how these people live, but that hotel ain't that much different, I guess. All right, so they found the bear in the room. They were puzzled. We quietly approached the room and slowly opened the door. Lo and behold, there was a bear eating room service and making a mess. We called Parks Canada to deal with it. See, that's why you don't leave the door open. In fact, when I was in Alaska, we were stationed in Alaska, where we lived at on post, it was really weird. I think we had like swingers and shit because there would always be somebody with their garage door open or they had a broom. We even saw a house with flamingos in front of it in Alaska. Now, come on now. Flamingos in Alaska, you can't tell me they're not, you know, who they are. But no, we had a neighbor who would always leave their garage door open. One day, me and my wife were going out. We go out and I look to my right as I walk out the door. They had the garage door open. A bear cub walked out of it. Looked me dead in the face. I went back in and I told her, I was like, you better stay inside. There's a whole bear right next door coming out of the garage door. And the way that the house was structured, the garage door, when you open the door inside, it leads to the living room and the kitchen. So you can imagine if their kid or somebody opened that door and the bear was in the garage. Well, needless to say, the bear ran out the garage, well, willingly. They didn't run too fast. And they bounced. Now, luckily, it was just a black bear. Black bears are a little bit more timid than your brown grizzly bears. And it was a cub. But you got to think, if the cub is there, the mama bear is somewhere close by. Seen that bear, never seen it again. And I was like, I told the neighbor this shit, and they never opened that garage. They never left the garage door open again. He was laughing as I told him the story. But it could have ended so much worse. So he closed the door, never to open it up again. Only except like if he had to like bring the car in and out. But he never left it open. But we had neighbors that would leave their garage doors open. Of course, that led me to believe that these people were swingers. Now, why else would you leave a garage door open all night? You will never catch me do that. I don't care how safe my neighborhood is. You'll never, ever catch me leave my goddamn door open. All right, next one. Now that we found a bear, number 4. Our hotel allowed dogs and even had a whole floor reserved for people traveling with pets. Very rare, very cool. The family came, refused housekeeping services for a couple of days, then checked out. I got a call from housekeeping asking me to document something. So I went up to the room. The family had hidden a dog in their room. They didn't want to take it out of the room, so they had it climb on top of the AC unit and shit into the vents. The entire unit was full of dog shit. They also had dog piss in the space between the AC unit and the bed. They had slept in that room for 3 nights. 2 adults, 3 children, and I'm guessing a large, healthy dog. Oh my God. If they're living that foul in a hotel room, I can only imagine how their house is. That is absolute terrifying. Oh my God. You have to throw the whole AC unit away. I'm not cleaning that shit. That shit is out of here. That room is just going to be non-AC. And we'll book you that room for like half the fee of what it would normally cost. Because there's no way. No way. God, my nose is just itchy, people. It's pollen. I don't know. I'm a big allergy sufferer. Oh, what time is it? Oh, it just hit 8 o'clock where I'm at. All right, number 5. My dad works for a hotel and told me they had an older couple complain about hearing movement in their room at night. They didn't know what to say and assumed they were just hearing things, but later they found clothes and shoes in the cupboard under the sink. Now, apparently, a person was staying in the cupboard and would go use the bathroom when he thought the guest was asleep. What? So somebody was living in the cupboard in the hotel. I'm leaving that one alone. Let me go into a hotel room and find somebody living inside the cupboard or somewhere in that hotel room. I'm calling the cops. Calling the cops. You had that happen on your street? Oh, hell no. Yeah, I'm calling cops. No argument. We're just... Yeah, that's literally people under the stair vibes. Who finds stuff like that? Oh, you said when a couple went on vacation, they found someone living in the hotel room? Better person than I am. I would have been like, no. No, 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 no. Now, number 6. Somebody found an entire pizza and not a single slice of it in the box. What? The first red flag was the slice of pizza smeared all over the TV. Then we saw 2 slices side by side on the floor like they were worn as slippers and dragged across the floor. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa. What? No. Who was wearing pizza slices on their feet and then walking across the floor with it? And then the pizza slices on them. It's none of the pizzas in the box. It's all over the place. There's a pizza slice on the TV. Then we found 1 slice in the dresser, 1 in the nightstand, 1 in the sheets, and 1 in the bathroom sink. What kind of sick ass Easter egg hunt is that? Oh my God, no. And they're probably turtle. God, it's a turtle fucking Easter egg hunt. Easter pizza hunt. And yeah, they're probably taking away likes again because there's too many likes all coming in at once. I think TikTok sets an amount of likes that you can send. There's more pizza to be found though. As I was doing the final check after cleaning the room, it still smelled like pizza. I flicked the lamp on to look for the final slice. There's 1 more slice out there that needs to be found in this room. I finally found it inside the lampshade. This individual has smeared the last slice on the inside of the lampshade. Wow. No. Somebody had to have been drunk, and it had to have been more than one person doing this crazy shit. A lot of people don't respect hotel rooms. Like, all jokes aside, you got to treat it like it's your own home. Yes, you're paying for it. So you feel like you're obligated to do the most ridiculous shit to it. But you got to understand, it's a business. They have to clean. They got to do everything. Even if the place had bad service, that doesn't give a right to trash the room, especially leaving pizza slices for people to find. You know, they probably was trying to be nice, though. Instead of leaving the pizza in the box, say, hey, we'll leave this for housekeeping. No, we'll leave it all over the place so they can look for food to eat. And then finally find it in the lampshade. Yo, I can't. What's next? White Castle hamburgers stashed all around the hotel room? Yeah, I'll be in there quick. Super quick, but no, fucking nasty. Number 7. I used to work at a 5-star hotel, and a part of my role was to check the minibars just after guests had checked out. One morning, I walked into a room, and there was a pile of fresh poop on the countertop in the kitchen. I left immediately and had to share this unfortunate news with the poor housekeeping staff who had to be the ones to clean up. I would have left. I would have got fired. I'm out of there. I'm out of there. That's nasty. I'd be feeling so bad for these people. Oh my God. Number 8. This got to be in Florida. Baby gator in the bathtub. Florida, man. I can't even say any other state other than Florida. That is definitely Florida, man. Leaving baby gators in the bathtub. Hey, we just hit 10K. I like it. Even on a Sunday, it's pretty active on a Sunday. All right, number 9. Once I found, no doubt, that was definitely Florida, man. There ain't no way somebody in New York leaving that shit in the thing. Number 9, once I found fish the guests had caught in a sink full of ice. Yes, Liz, I know you guys are not the worst, but let's be real. The craziest stories do come out of Florida. You can drive down I-4 or I-75 and you'll see somebody pulled over wrestling an alligator. Typical daily Florida shit. All right, this person found a fish that they have caught in the sink full of ice, sunflower seed shells all over the carpet, Bags of empty beer bottles and a half-eaten ear of corn shoved in the tub drain like a plug. Oh, God. Who is stuffing corn in the tub? What the fuck, Florida man? Plugs work. This is Florida's work. No, no, no. It doesn't say where it is though, but I'm picturing it's got to be somewhere down south that is doing the most when they don't have to do the most. Number 10, I worked as a hotel room cleaner for 2 days before I walked out of the job. First of all, it's totally thankless. Tip your attendants, people. Text as possible. Okay, you said, what is the purpose of the corn in the drain? I don't know. Maybe they were taking a bubble bath and didn't have a plug drain and decided to stick corn in it. Did it work? We'll never know. All right, so I'll start this one again. I worked as a hotel room cleaner for 2 days before I walked off the job. First of all, it's totally thankless. Tip your attendants, people. The guy who stayed in the room had stuck 16 Q-tips covered in the most earwax I've ever seen all over the headboard and the nightstand. There was just no way I was cleaning it. I told the manager I had abandoned my cart and they could keep the paycheck for my hourly rate for 2 days. I lasted. People are disgusting. Now remember, I found making candles. Oh my God, that's terrible. Worst Yankee candle ever. I told you, I went to that one hotel and I found the handprints on the headboard. People, I already knew. I was like, and they didn't look like kids' prints either. They were clearly adults. Probably doing like doggy, whatever. I don't know, but like that, I was like, oh my God. I had to wash up after that room. Like I had to wash up. There was no way. Did I put more? Hell no. I didn't even want to stay in that goddamn room, but there was like no more places because, everybody booked up to go to the ball. I washed up immediately after the ball. Like when I got home, I washed up. I was like, I can't do this shit. But yeah, 16 earwax, Q-tips, people, all over the place. All over the place. Number 11, I worked in housekeeping for 2 summers during high school, and this was the worst encounter I ever had. A woman and her kids rented a room for one night. They left several empty buckets of chicken and threw the bones all over the room. They were in the bed, the drawers, and the bathroom. Now, instead of washing their hands, they wiped the grease all over the walls, bedspreads, and curtains. It took 2 of us and a full day to clean it up. A month later, the same family came back, and they were turned away. Damn, they knew exactly who they were. No, I don't know if it was Popeyes or KFC. I can only assume empty buckets. I can only assume that had to have been KFC. Because people that eat at Popeyes don't do shit like that. That's definitely KFC behavior. Leaving buckets of chicken and smearing it all over the place. That's definitely KFC behavior. That somebody from Popeyes. Popeyes is like Target and KFC is like Walmart. Yeah, that's definitely KFC behavior right there. I don't think somebody from Popeyes would have done that shit. Number 12. There was a massive graduation party with rooms all on the same floor. There were several noise complaints, but the worst was the aftermath. Vomit, poop, and pee all over nearly every single room. It was on the walls and even on pretty much every surface imaginable. I guess these people were so drunk, they just let it out wherever they were. It took days to clean this up. The bill was probably in the thousands, if not more. Where does Church's chicken fall? Kohl's. No, not Kohl's. I'd say Kohl's. Church's chicken is Kohl's. Popeyes is Target. And Walmart has KFC. That's like the perfect trifecta of chicken. It couldn't have said it any better. But God, it's like days to clean that up. You have to shut the hotel down to do that. Number 13. Fucking broccoli everywhere. In the bed, the tub, the toilet, the drawers. It was even grounded into the carpet. No clue why. Okay, that's worse than the turnips found in the tub. Why broccoli though? Why broccoli? Who orders such an amount of broccoli to where they can smudge it everywhere in the carpet, the floor, the TV? Who is eating just an OnlyFans shoot with broccoli? Oh no, that's terrible. Oh, tomatoes. Now you said tomatoes. Yeah, that tomatoes would have been really bad. And Liz, someone's kid done that, but where are the parents? If somebody's kid did that, there's got to be parents somewhere. They letting their kid just take broccoli and throw it all over the place. I think that was a grown-ass man that did that. For whatever reason, I don't know. But I like broccoli. Okay, broccoli's cool, but I don't eat that much broccoli to where I can like throw it all over the place. A few pieces here and there, sure. And if you like cauliflower, which is like the albino cousin to the broccoli, but that's it said it was everywhere. So you have to imagine how much broccoli this person bought. I bet they have the cleanest bowels though. Whoever did that. Now, peanut butter, oh my God. If somebody smeared an entire room full of peanut butter, that's worse than the chicken bones. That's worse than the broccoli. Peanut butter will be damn near impossible to clean out, especially smearing it on so thick. Oh my God. All right, this next one. Have I ever used peanut butter on a sandwich? If that's what you're trying to get with peanut butter, you thinking some sick shit. Nah, I'm talking about sandwiches. I don't know what you're talking about, but you need to be checked out. Number 14. We had a couple stay with us who refused housekeeping service for several. Am I reading this right? Oh, okay. No, this is the next one. We had a couple stay with us who refused housekeeping service for the 7 nights they were here. I received a call after they checked out from the head housekeeper asking me to come look at the room. These people must have had a rabbit or something similar when they with them, and that they let shit all over the room. They were pellet-sized poops on the bed, under the pillow, and inside the pull-out sofa. Oh, God. We charged them a cleaning fee, so they left us a bad review stating that we discriminated against their emotional hamster. No! What the fuck? What? Emotional hamster. So let me get this straight. They called the people who stayed in the room, told them, hey, you left a tremendous mess with whatever animal you had. The animal owners and the guests calls back and say that you are discriminating against us and that we have an emotional support hamster and you're discriminating against us because they left a bunch of hamster shit all over the place. And Mary, you said, what's in the LGBTQ? What does that have to do with the hamster? Liz, why was the hamster so emotional? What did they do to it? Bro, they might have fed that shit mayonnaise. A hamster pooping like that is crazy. There's something wrong with the hamster. Yeah, I'm sure they like hamsters, but there had to have been more than one. There's no way one hamster did that. It was in the pull-out sofa, so that means they had kids or whatever. They had the hamster on the sofa bed. And then when they were done with the sofa bed, they folded the bed back with the poop on it. So you could imagine like it's marinating inside the bed. The broccoli hamster it's probably the same people that left the broccoli in the room. I've never fed a hamster broccoli, but I can only imagine the damage that broccoli, because they're supposed to eat like veggies and shit, but broccoli might be a little too rich for them. However, though, how do you have the audacity to call the hotel and say that they charge you a cleaning fee and you call them and say, hey, you're discriminating against us? We couldn't help that because we have an emotional hamster. It's quoted as an emo hamster. I don't even think it's an emotional support hamster. It's an emo hamster. This hamster is so depressed that it shits all over the room indiscriminately. No, that's terrible. They only like bunnies. Who likes bunnies? Hamsters or the people? Oh, they're like bunnies. They are pretty. If you're saying, yeah, they're similar to bunnies. In fact, you care for them just about the same. However, though, they had to have more than one hamster to do all that damage. There's not just one hamster doing that. If it is, there's something wrong with that hamster, and it's not that it's an emo hamster. It's just there's something wrong with it physically, maybe even mentally. Number 15, I used to work in the laundry, and one day my housekeeper friend came and got me to look in a room. Apparently someone had a lime jello bath in a jacuzzi tub. They had to get it professionally cleaned and taken apart because the jello was inside the jets. So basically it went from jello to jetso. It was the jets that pushed the water out, make it bubbly, had jello in it. You have to imagine the thousands of dollars in damage that the jello did to that jacuzzi. I mean, I've seen movies that had jello baths. Who the fuck is filling a tub with jello? Someone was hosting wrestling with jello in the jacuzzi, probably, Oh, some freak room shit. That's some Diddyisms. Like, I never seen the idea of putting. What do you get out of that? Like, you just like things just jiggling on you and shit. Like, I don't get it. And you say I'll watch. Ew. I mean, like, all right, who? All right, if you're talking about like watching females wrestle in Jello, I don't even know. Like mud wrestling, I don't even know how that turned people on. Mud wrestling does not do a damn thing for me. It's just disgusting. It's disgusting. There's so much other things you could do, but like mud wrestling, no, I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. Number 16. Three guys in one room left all their windows open and all the lights on overnight in the summer. I had never seen so many different bugs flying around the room. It was terrifying. We ran in spraying bug killer like our lives depended on it, then ran out and left the room for an hour. We came back to a floor that was almost black with dead bugs. I can still hear them crunching. Wow. Wow. You know somebody did that shit on purpose because they probably let every single moth in, everything, because moths are attracted to lights. And other bugs that are attracted to lights. They probably just left that shit open with all the lights and was like, yo, let's bring every fucking bug in this room. And they did just that. All right, Liz, you said that happened when we were camping. Crazy amount of bugs. Yes. Especially if you live in places down south in Florida, especially. Bugs love lights. And when you go camping, you know, you have the little zapper lantern there. So, you know, you can zap the bugs or whatever. But they did that shit on purpose. Like, that is just diabolical. Why would you do that to a hotel? Even if the hotel pissed you off, the idea of all those bugs coming in with the windows open, imagine you as a housekeeper walking in and you're walking into this swarm of various bugs. Now you said, oh, you went camping upstate New York? Yeah, same thing. Anytime in the woods, anywhere, it doesn't matter. You're going to have bugs. Even if you were like in a tropical jungle type climate, you're going to have bugs everywhere. But lights, yes, people. Bugs are attracted to lights, and that is a perfect example. Number 17, from the windows to the walls. Oh my God. Yeah, that's probably what this hotel room was like. It was everywhere. They said it was a black wall of dead bugs. By the time they cleaned it all up, the whole wall was damn near black, smeared with bugs. Number 17, I was in housekeeping for a while till the sweat dropped down my... You're just asking for a man. Number 17, I was in housekeeping for a while, and a co-worker of mine found poop in a condom tied to a microwave door. What? What the fuck? I don't see the relevance to it. A poop-filled condom tied to a microwave door. What do you get out of that? What is the point of that? And why is it filled with poop? Never mind, I even asked number 18. The Alaskan Pipeline, is that what that's called? That's a terrible name. Oh my God. What is with these poop stories? There's another poop story, actually. Number 18. Someone pooped in the nightstand. It had been there long enough to dry out, so it took nearly an hour to scrub it clean. Another room had a bloody menstrual pad stuck all over the walls at random. So somebody turned the room into a menstrual art gallery. Plastered all over the walls in different spots, different shapes, different positions. It's literally all over the place. Oh my God, that is terrible. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Come on, man. Oh man, Liz, theme parks and movie theaters. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because when 50 Shades of Grey came out, there was an actual reports of various items found on the ground inside the theaters when that movie came out. For example, cucumbers, condom wrapped cucumbers were found on the floors of the movie theaters when that movie came out. I kid you not. The shit you find. Yeah, I know. Because given the movie's content and, you know, some people that just ain't getting none, it's the perfect place. I've never seen that before. You shouldn't see it at all. At all. You should never see it. Period. Oh, man, we had an hour and 30 minutes. All right. You should never see that in any movie theater. But that was a thing. There's pictures and everything on it, too. Like, you look it up. There's one infamous picture of a condom wrapped cucumber of a girthy size that was found on the floor after a showing of the movie. I'm not lying, people. I'm not lying. All right. Oh my God. Number 19. When my mom worked as a cleaner in a hotel, she found a whole fried egg under the bed sheets. Why? Why the fried egg, though? Why the fried egg under the bed sheet? Out of all the things you could find in the bed sheet, the fried egg is the most random thing you could find in the bed sheet. So now when you go to a hotel, just make sure you don't have a steak or a gently bitten to hot dog found in your bathroom. You said breakfast in bed. No, that's taken quite breakfast in bed. No, that's taken way quite literally. Yo, imagine, I love breakfast in bed, and then you find green eggs and ham under your fucking throw pillow. Oh my God. That's quite literal. I do like that though. I like that. All right. I got a few more and then this show is going to wrap up. It's going to be peace out in a minute. All right. Number 20. It was a family gathering and kids' birthday party. Now the adults were getting shit-faced. Now we all know, especially, Hispanics and blacks, you already know when there's a kid birthday party, it's for the kids in the beginning, and like after 8, 9 o'clock, kids go to bed, they go in the room or whatever, the adults bring out the liquor, and it's like, there it is, right? All right, Mary, you said your favorite meat store just burned down. Wow, man, are you serious? Wait, what meat store? You talking about around where you at, or back home, or... Damn, that sucks. Meat store, fuck, man. Hey, my condolences to the meat store. Nah, seriously, that sucks, though. There's always other meat stores, though, but that do kind of suck. All right, damn. Number 20, it was a family gathering and kids at a kid's birthday party. The adults were getting shit-faced while the kids were in the presidential suite raising hell. They had decided to have a fully stocked ice cream bar and allowed their kids to do what they wanted with it. Now, of course, you're thinking, what the fuck can go wrong? They were M&Ms crushed into the carpet, chocolate footprints on the walls, whipped cream everywhere, and fruit punch spilled on the bed. The hotel charged these people $7,000. $7,000 in damages, which they took to court because they thought the cleanup would be included. Okay, people. When you go to a hotel room, yes, the cleanup is included in the fee that you pay to stay at the hotel. However, though, they charge you incidentals. You notice when you go to a hotel, they charge you like a minimum of $100 in incidentals. That's the reason why. But the damage exceeded the incidentals from $100 to $7,000. You expect the hotel to cover that? These parents must have been super spoiled. They bought the kids an ice cream machine into the hotel room and let them do whatever they want. No parental supervision, because you had the kids in one section, you had the adults being adults in another section. So they let the kids do whatever they want with this machine, and it's all over the place. People, you expect the hotel to cover that? Hell no. In fact, I'm pretty sure they even lost that case because the hotel's in the right. When you sign for the hotel, you're paying a certain amount in incidentals to cover every little things. But hell no. They ain't covering that whole shit. All right, number 21. Dirty diapers and birthday cake was smashed into the walls. People get really shitty when you have to kick them out for trying to have a party. So, as retaliation, since they couldn't have the party, they were like, shitty diapers all over the place and a birthday cake. The birthday cake's super random, though. No, it's not the shitty diapers. It's to add insult to injury. Dirty birthday cake is spread all over the wall in retaliation for not having a party. People grow up. Number 22, last one on here. Finally, another poop story. Finally, someone had pooped on the pillow and left a note saying, all the best with that. The hotel fined the dude 450 pounds. That's fucked up. So he took a shit in the pillow, put a note and said, all the best with that. Like, have fun cleaning this fucking pillow up. Obviously, the pillow probably went in the garbage, but the thing is that he left the note and they fined him. Jesus Christ, I'm done, people. I am done. I'm done. All right, look, that was, oh my God, this episode was fucking hilarious. I swear to God, humans, we do some really dumb things. We don't think, because we're creatures of emotion, not logic. We don't think before we act because we act on emotions. And we don't think like, oh man, if I do this, what are the consequences? Like, am I going to get fucked up? You decide to smear a dirty birthday cake on the wall because of your emotions, because you couldn't have a party. And then the logic, you don't think about the consequences behind it because you figure, you paid for the hotel and you're gone. But remember, your shit's on file. They keep a manifest of people that stay in their hotels. Guess whose name is going to be on that? Your name. And yes, Katie, we are taught to think logically, but let's be honest. How many times have you acted on emotions before you thought about it? It's not all the time that you're always going to think logically. Given the situation, it's circumstantial. Everybody reacts differently to certain situations. So a lot of people most times do act out emotionally and not logically. And then when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, it's like, damn, I could have went so much different, or I could have thought I didn't think that out quite well. Yeah, because you let your emotions get the best of you. Yeah, Katie. Oh, yeah. I mean, it happens. Listen, nobody's perfect, all right? We all act out on emotion. And my wife will tell you, she will tell you, I bug out sometimes over the littlest of things, but I'm getting better at it. But, now I'm starting to think more logically before I act and before I say whatever comes out of my mouth because I'm getting older. So you learn a lot as you get older to where you could think more logically when you get older. Think a lot. You do a lot of shit when you're young because that's your learning phase. And then as you get older, you've already learned everything. And then whenever you have kids or whatever, you can pass it down to them and watch them do the same dumb shit you did. You should hear Katie with her customers. I can only imagine if Katie is missing a chicken nugget out of a 20-piece chicken nugget. She only gets 19. She's probably going to tear the place apart. I can only imagine. Katie, be good. Please be good. I don't want to hear you do some crazy nonsense. Remember, you said think logically. So think logically before your emotions come out. It happens. Don't worry. We're all human. All right, people. I had a lot of fun with this episode. Unfortunately, there will not be an episode tomorrow. All right. There's days in between. I'm going to be, offline for a bit. But don't be sad, though. It gives me time to relax, catch up on some things, and, of course, come up with new episodes. Now, Katie, you gave me a really good idea on the things that, people find in the hotel room and shit like that. I'm definitely going to use that as an episode, what people find in TSA, because that's like the perfect episode. If I was doing a 2-part episode tonight, that would have been the next episode, but I gotta work in the morning. I gotta get up early, but yes, it is going in my pad. That is definitely going to be an episode. In fact, tonight's original episode was supposed to be the best and worst episodes of Seinfeld, but at the same time, I don't know if a lot of my audience like Seinfeld. I absolutely love Seinfeld. It is my favorite sitcom of all time. I've watched every single episode, and I've watched every single episode of Seinfeld. I love it. All right, it says Tisha and I should host that one with you. Oh, so you watch Seinfeld? God, I love you. Yes, Seinfeld is amazing. She likes Seinfeld. She tolerates it because I watch it, but she's not like a big Seinfeld fan. We sat there and we watched a mini marathon of Seinfeld. We watched a few episodes together. She got into it, of course, but I watched that shit religiously. All right, you said since we both worked at the airport. Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking about the airport episode. I will let you know if you want in on that episode. I will let you know. Definitely, because you have some experience on it and you'll be the perfect guest for that show. Absolutely. She'll more than likely be working, but if I catch her in the background, actually, you know what? I'm going to get her in on that show. But the thing is too, Liz, like she comes in late from work. So I would have to do this on a day off. It's going to be weird, but if she's not on the show, I'll let you know when that episode's going to be, and then you just join and you get the notification. You'll know that I'm on, and we could do this episode together. And then, Katie, good topic. Things that happen on cruises. Yes. Oh, that's another one. Crazy cruise stories, because I'm telling you, there is a lot of weird stuff. In fact, I think also I read somewhere that they're having a nude cruise being introduced. I don't know what the name of the carrier is, but there is a nude cruise. Obviously, it's probably all adults. Thank God. We don't know kids on there. But there's a nude cruise. But yes, cruise stories is definitely going to be a thing. See, these topics, I don't even fucking think about half the time. Most of the inspiration, he said, hell no. Most of the inspiration is basically it's things that happen during the day. And Mario, you said cruise is a subject on a certain website. Is a subject on a certain website? What do you mean? I don't know. What do you mean that it's a certain subject on a certain website? Hmm. Oh, I think I don't know where you're getting at, but it's some freaky freak off cruise thing happening. Oh, website. Yeah, I have to check it out. And then PH. I don't know what's with the Katie just explained to me. Uh-huh. I see, I see. Oh. We're gonna get to the bottom. We're gonna get to the nitty gritty on that episode for sure. I'll do some research, find a good website where I can read some of the crazy stories. I promise you, it's probably gonna be BuzzFeed that's probably gonna supply that list of stories. BuzzFeed is absolutely the best. Shout out to BuzzFeed. I gotta start tagging you guys in these podcasts because you guys provide a crazy list for these episodes, and it's great content. There won't be a lot of reading on. Oh no, there's pictures. Oh, never mind. Never mind. If it's pictures, oh God, it's like a pop-up book. I don't forget about it. Forget about it. But no, that's definitely gonna be an episode to come. The TSA episode, the cruise episode. Please, people, this is perfect that the show is streaming on TikTok because you guys are literally powering the show by giving new ideas and suggestions. This is what I want. I need interaction, and this is what's been missing from the show from the past 2 years. My only regret is that I should have done this sooner. But again, I wasn't much of a big fan of TikTok in the beginning because it was full of ridiculous challenges. But even now, I'm noticing that TikTok doesn't really have challenges no more because I guess now, people have been getting hurt and stuff like that. So now I guess the whole challenge thing is not a thing no more. TikTok has been coming under fire for allowing these things to happen, like the milk crate challenge, the cinnamon challenge, and all this other stuff. All right, Katie, you said you should record these lives and save them and post them on YouTube so you get paid for both. I should. Oh my God. You're right. Oh my God. You are such a genius. Because, TikTok saves all my lives. They save them for 30 days. YouTube will be playing that shit forever. And so I got 11 episodes right now. This is the 11th streamed episode on TikTok. Oh my God. That is a fantastic idea. People, I will be working on that this week. I am going, because I do have a YouTube page, but I don't post anything on it until now. Now, hopefully YouTube don't flag me for certain things. I will test that water out, and who knows, there might be a YouTube page for the Daily Mind podcast. Yes, it is going to happen. In due time, I don't know how soon, but my niece just gave me the ultimate idea, and I think it can potentially work. All right, folks, I got some brainstorming to do. I'm about to go eat the rest of my dinner. Shout out to Sapore Restaurante out in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I have some videos actually of the food. I'm going to post it on TikTok after this. The food was amazing, and I'm going to do my best to promote businesses that provide good food and good services. I see a lot of good coming out of that. But yes, the YouTube thing, my God, I didn't think about that shit, but I'm definitely going to do that. So the Daily Mind podcast is going to potentially have a YouTube channel. So look out for it. It's going to come. I'm working on it. I'm going to make a post on it as well on TikTok. It's coming. All right. Katie, I love you. Thank you so much. I was going to ask if you to do that. Yeah, I should. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I see something out of it. I told your aunt that the reason I started TikTok because one day I had a vision that this would be something big. I don't know how big. It's too early to tell. This is just the beginning stages of the podcast. This podcast started for me as a hobby, but I want it to be something more. I want it to be not just your regular celebrity podcast. I want it to be a podcast where I talk about any and everything in a way and in a perspective that's so different. I'm not fucking with OnlyFans, Mario. Come on now. I'm not doing that. Podcasting on OnlyFans would be crazy though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know anybody that podcasts on OnlyFans, but that's an avenue I'm not trying to approach. That to me, I think YouTube is a good platform. Let's leave it at YouTube and TikTok though. Let's do that instead. Katie, exactly, because you could get more traction. Absolutely. Everybody has YouTube. I think there's more YouTube subscribers than there are TikTok subscribers. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to brainstorm, and then I'm going to start from the first streamed episode before the days are counted, because after 30 days, the streams are gone. So yeah, I will get on that immediately. All right, but seriously, the show is at an hour and 44 minutes. So that means this episode has went 2 hours. 2 hours. This is the norm. This is the norm of the show because of TikTok. This show is going to be over an hour every single episode, no doubt about it. So hopefully TikTok, you let me do my thing. I will be careful and not violating a few things, because it was the other episode last night that restricted the live because it thought I was trying to sell something illegal. I don't know. I'm still working around the TikTok algorithm, so I'm doing my best to stay under the radar from not getting restrictions, because that can hurt the show quite a bit. And you guys obviously enjoy the show. I want to keep the show going, so I'm going to have to tiptoe a little bit in between. But I'm out. We'll do this again next time. Tomorrow there will not be an episode. I'm sorry. I flipped the coin and it landed for no episode tomorrow. Besides, tomorrow would have been a news story episode where I read random news stories, which was cool. It's one of my favorite things too. But there won't be an episode tomorrow. But whenever the next time there will be, I know. But let me tell you something. When I started streaming this on TikTok, I did 9 to 10 consecutive episodes straight, each averaging about an hour. It's a lot to do. I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but it's like writer's block. You burn through a lot of topics, and you at some point you don't know what to talk about. That's how it was when the podcast started. It went for every day. It's called The Daily Mind. It was supposed to be an everyday podcast. But when you factor in my career and what I do at my job, and it's not possible to do a podcast every day. So I also leave gaps in the show now, so that it leaves people wanting more of the show. It gives you more of an anticipation for an episode rather than, oh, I expect them to do an episode every day. There's going to be times I don't do episodes every day. So I kind of like this pace. And I do more episodes, I think, than most podcasts out there. Most podcasts are, weekly podcasts? There's some that do one episode a month. I think I pump out so many episodes, more than anybody else. I think Joe Rogan does one episode a week, which is typical. But his podcast shows have celebrities, and they be like over 2 hours. See, me, I'm doing 2, 3 every week on average. Out of 7 days, I'm doing 2 to 4 maybe. But when I started streaming this on TikTok, I did 9, 10 straight episodes. I haven't done episodes in that consistency in a long time. Especially when I was in Europe, there was no way I could have done an episode every day. It was very rare. In fact, I think in January, the whole month of January, I think I only did no more than 5 episodes that whole month because of my job. So, and it made me spread out the show even more, and it has better results that way. So I'm sorry, Liz, there won't be a show tomorrow, but just keep your notifications on. I will make a post the day before or whatever. If there is a show, the following day, you will know. And of course, always expect it mostly around this time frame, because this is the prime time. No, Mario, doing them in the Porta-John in Europe. No, I actually did an episode in a LHS truck. It wasn't streamed, but I did an episode because it was the only time I was by myself. And I had a little bit of time with limited phone service to do an episode. So whenever I can, I do. And I take the show everywhere I go with me. So even if I stayed in Florida or anywhere else, the show comes with me. So Katie, if I come down to Florida at some point, would you do a show with me? I have an extra set of headphones, an extra mic. We can do a show together. I think that would be an awesome shooting the shit type episode where I invite actual guests on the show. You got to come to NC. I'm working on it. Hey, matter of fact, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Because if you're home for Thanksgiving, we will do our damn best to go, because we're not having Thanksgiving here. We will do our damn best to make sure we go out to NC, and we'll do an episode out there. Oh, you guys will be home. I will let her know. I'm dead serious. And then Katie, yeah, we will definitely be coming to Florida at some point, and we're doing an episode. Now, Mary, you got to do the live. Because last time you were here, you didn't want to do the episode with me, but you're going to do the live, though. And yes, absolutely, we will be coming through there, and we can do an episode down there, too. I'm dead serious. And you guys have Katie got extra bedroom now? That's where we'll do the live. We'll have everything set up. I may have to get a a tripod long stand for the phone itself so that we have a camera, and we'll make it where I have an extra mic and everything. So I'll come through. The show goes everywhere I go when it comes to visiting places. So I might do shows in other states. You might see me at a hotel room, or you might see me at a guest house. So I'll do the show. I got one where the magic happens. What? Whoa, where the magic happens? Man, what are you, a magician? Oh man, crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, well, that's the end of the show. All right. Oh, podcast magic. Oh, let me tell you, I had a cousin. I went to Florida. My aunt. I went to his house, and he does audio engineering. I did an episode where he had the soundproof padding in his room. It was an experimental episode to see how the sound was trapped, and it was pretty dope. Oh shit, Chris, man, you come at the end of the show. Where have you been, man? How you been? Hopefully everything is good where you're going, or where you at right now. You came at the end of the show, but I'm glad you showed up. Did an episode on some of the craziest shit you find in hotel rooms. This had to be like the most hilarious episode I've done in a while, man. You missed it though, but I'm glad you showed up. But yeah, I heard about that. Yes. I ran into Jackson and he told me about that too. I ran into him a few weeks ago. Ain't nothing out there, man. God damn, I feel bad, especially when the winter time comes and you get all those crazy ice storms and tornadoes and shit at the same time. Yeah, I feel for you. Fort Sill, fuck God, man. That's the home of the artillery, I believe. That shit suck. But man, hopefully you're doing good though. Hopefully you join in on the next show. There's not gonna be an episode tomorrow, unfortunately. So, but it's all good though. There'll be episodes this week. But I know I said I was gonna leave like 15, 20 minutes ago, but you guys keep me on the show. But seriously, it is getting late. I gotta get up. I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. So, like I said, have a good night. We will do this again next time. I'm gonna definitely do the TSA episode because I already know. I'm already laughing in my head. I'm already picturing the crazy shit they found at TSA. And my sister-in-law is gonna help me out with that episode because yeah. Oh, hit PT hard tomorrow? Nah, I got an ammo mission tomorrow, man. I got a mission tomorrow. I'm not hitting no PT at all tomorrow. It's an early day for me. That's why I'm gonna go eat and get some sleep and just get the week going. Oh, Black Ops 6 come out on Friday on my wedding anniversary, believe it or not. I'm so getting that game. And me and the missus are gonna be celebrating 12 years married. 12 years. That's a long ass time. It's not a lot of marriages that last that long, but yeah, we're going to be celebrating 12 years. So let me go ahead and spend some time with her. We'll do this again some other time. Everybody have a good night. Wrap it up Friday. What am I, a teenager? Please. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Just keep your notifications on. You'll know when I pop up. And I always do promos before the episodes. So, and what I'm going to start doing with the promos, I'm going to start throwing little hints of what the episode could potentially be about. So just kind of keep that, what did you get my sister? I haven't gotten her anything yet. I do have something in mind though, but I'm going to definitely get her something. She took me out earlier for like an early anniversary brunch at the Italian restaurant. So I got something for her that I'm going to get her or take her somewhere because, she likes going places too. She doesn't have any real gifts in mind, but I'm going to go get her something. All right, but yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. Are we almost at 15,000? I'm not pushing 15,000 likes. I would like to, but it looks like we probably won't even reach, and I got to get some sleep. But remember, the other night we went over 20,000. So I'll take that. As long as we get at least 10,000 per episode, I'll take it. I don't mind. But yes, we are. No, I don't think we are. Are we going to? All right, I'll stick around for the... All right, hold on. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Okay, we're going to stick around till the 15,000 likes. And then I promise you people, I'm going to bed. We are at an hour and 53 minutes. Yeah, we just hit 15,000. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll do this again next time. I promise. I've been saying goodbye for like the past 30 minutes. It's time to go for real though. All right, and Katie, remember, logic, not emotion. But you're Katie, so you're gonna do what you want to do, and that's what makes you so funny. But niece is crazy. I tell you, she's my biggest fan on the show. Biggest fan. All right, everybody have a good. I see you. Yeah, you're laughing because you know it's the truth. You know it's the truth. But no, be good. Be good. Everybody have a good night. We'll do this again next time. Sayonara. Peace out.